The German Opportunity Card, Chancenkarte, is a new program to attract skilled workers outside of the EU or the European Union. This program will allow them to come to Germany for 12 months, look for a job with the aim of finding a full-time employment. Hence, applicants do not need a job offer or a permanent employment contract in advance. I think this is a good initiative and it's much better than the previous job seeker visa, because you are allowed to work up to 20 hours part-time whilst looking for a job. So this means that you probably go to Germany and in 12 months you use it to find a job, and whilst finding the job that you want or a corporate job, you can work in a bar or something that you fancy. This video is to help you gather all the information you need or your documents so that you can get prepared. Now, the big question is, when is the Chancenkarte starting? So it's been speculated that it will be starting on June 1st, so hopefully in a few days. I made this video on 29th May, so I'll probably post it around the same time. What is the qualification criteria? Well, there are two main parts. The first one I'll be talking about, which most people don't, is your academic qualification. That is probably you have gone to the university, you have earned a degree, or you've even went to a vocational training, and this certificate should be recognized by the German government. This can be a very lengthy process, but if you are able to do it, it will be good for you because there are no other requirements needed. When you have this criteria, having your documents recognized by the German government will be the best option for you, because when you have this recognized, you don't have to provide any other documents needed for this process, and I think it's probably the best one as compared to the second criteria. So I'll leave a link in the description where you can check on the German government website on how to go about recognizing your certificate. And I saw somewhere that it can probably take like 5 months to a year before the recognition of certificate can be approved. So if you want to take this part, you should start very early. I mean, start now, right now. Let's talk about the second criteria. The second criteria, which is a points-based system, is a process whereby you need to gather points on some basic things. With this point-based system, you need to get 3 things right before you can take part. The first one is you need to have a university degree recognized by your country which you completed, or you have to get a completed vocational training with at least 2 years in training recognized by the issuing country. So for example, if you schooled in Ghana, if you've gone to a vocational school in Ghana or Nigeria, you have to make sure you have worked 2 years after your school before you qualify for this program. Or you also have to have a vocational qualification issued by a German Chamber of Commerce abroad. So this is about the point-based system. That is the first one. Now let's look at the second one. The second one is you need to get your language skills right. And when we talk about language skills, what do we mean? It's either you have a minimum of A1 German with an official certification by an official institution. So you have to get a minimum of A1 in German, and this certificate should be issued by an official institution, not the German you learn online and you don't have anything to show. This should be evident by a certificate. So it's either you have this German certificate or you have a minimum of B2 English with a certificate from an official institution. This is really good because you don't need only German to apply for the Chancenkarte or the Opportunity Card. So this means that even if you can't speak German at all, you can still qualify. Now the third thing you need is to be financially stable whilst you are looking for a job. Financially stable, how? Because I'm coming to the country to look for a job. Well, the German government do not want people to be in the country and will not be able to meet their basic needs. So they require you to have some funds in your account before you move to the country. Now let's see how this point system works. With the point system, they take into consideration your education and your work experience. They also take into consideration your language, your age, and your previous ties with Germany. And to qualify using the points, you need a minimum of 6 points to qualify. Let's look at how you can get these points. So your education is 4, and when you have worked 5 years or more with an experience in your field, you get 3 points. And when you have worked 2 years, you get 2 points. And with the language, when you have a German B2 or above, you can get 2 points. And when your German is between A1 to A2, you get a point. When it comes to English, if you get C1 or above, you can get +1 point for that. And with the English, they accept IELTS, TOEFL, Cambridge test, and the like. So if you want to do well in your IELTS for this program, you can check my IELTS playlist where I take you through all the basic tips in IELTS to get the required score. They also look at some vocational training in Germany's short supply sector, and this means that if you fall into this category, or if you are already in a job where it relates to education, nursing, IT, or these kind of jobs that is in their occupational shortage list, you qualify and you get a point of 1. I'll leave a link of German shortage occupation list in the description where you can check it out. Now let's look at age. If you are under age 35, you get 2 points, and if you are between the ages of 35 and 40, you get 1 point. Well, if you are above 40, you have to note that there are no points for you. That doesn't mean that you don't qualify, but it means you don't get any point here. You can accumulate 6 points from the rest and you can still apply. And also you get 1 point if you are married, and you get extra point if your spouse who has the same qualifications with you want to apply the Chancenkarte with you. This is a good one there. So if you haven't gotten married, or if you have a girlfriend, this is a good time for you to tie the knot so that both of you can apply together. How do you know whether you can get these points? There is a website that you can go and check whether you meet these points or whether you can get 6 and above. Now let's quickly go whilst I check my points to see how much I will get. I will leave the link of the website where you can check your points in the description as well. Now let's see how I will do when I check my point. You go to chancenkarte.com, and I will leave the link in the description. So if you open their website, this is how it's going to be. And it says that working in Germany with the opportunity card. And if you scroll down, it says that calculate your opportunities now. And they are counting down to the program. So they said that it's left with 2 days, 17 hours more to go. And let's see some of the advantages of applicants from non-EU countries. So the first advantage is you have fast entry into Germany. And the second advantage is there is a chance of a permanent residence. And advantage 3 is good income. Advantage 4 is you are guaranteed a work permit. And advantage 5 is a possibility of full-time work. Now let's quickly scroll down and see how to calculate our points. So if you come down here, there is an opportunity card calculator, and you can access your chance without obligation. So let's start now. You click on the start button and you have to answer some few questions, and after answering these questions you will get your points and you will know whether you qualify or not. Now let's look at how I will do. Have you completed vocational training of at least 2 years duration or obtained a university degree? Yes, I've obtained a university degree. How many years of experience do you have in this profession? More than 5 years. Did you complete your vocational training or university degree in one of the following areas? Healthcare. Yeah, let's go on. Do you live in one of the following countries? India, Nigeria, Philippines, South Africa, Turkey. Let's go to others. And nationality. Let me put Ghana there. How well do you speak German? Not at all. How well do you speak English? Well, I'm fluent, I would say. Please state your current age in years. I'm 35 years. Have you stayed in Germany for at least 6 months duration the last 5 years, not including tourist stays? No, I haven't. Do you have a spouse who has similar professional language experience to you and would like to apply for an opportunity card? Okay, let me hit yes. Do you have sufficient financial means to secure your livelihood, at least 12,325 euros per person? Okay, let me click on yes. BLB Mets. Okay, let me put this one there. All right, it says congratulations, your answers add up to 7 points. This probably qualifies you for the opportunity card. Take the next steps with that. So this means that I can apply because I have 7 points in there, and if you want to continue with them, they will ask you to take the next step with them. So you just click on the last steps and let's see what happens now. Thank you for your participation. With Chancenkarte Jobs, a platform will soon be created here, bringing Chancenkarte candidates together. Register now to become among the first to access the platform. So if you want to take opportunity with this program, you just have to subscribe to this channel so that when they start the process, they will post the jobs here and you can apply to some of the jobs. Now later on I'll explain why it is important for you to subscribe so that you can access their job. Now if you haven't subscribed to our channel, kindly subscribe to our channel, like this video and all the videos we post here. Leave us a comment and let's know how we are doing. Now that we've finished calculating our points and you know what you have to present during this time, you have to also use this time whilst you are waiting for the June 1st or the program to start in June. You have to use this opportunity to gather all the documents that supports you, including your language certificates, and if you want to write IELTS, you have to start now. You also have to get your school certificate or your job certificates ready. And if you want to apply with your wife or your girlfriend, it's a good time for you to get your marriage set in place. Now let's look at the costs involved in this process. Well, roughly there are no costs in here. They haven't communicated officially how it's going to cost like, but I think it's going probably be in the region of 75 euros to 90 euros. And again, with the proof of funds, you will be required to show around 12,200 euros. This is the amount you will be expected to have in your account before you move to Germany. And I don't really understand this part, because why would I have more than 12,000 euros in my account before I move to Germany? So this means if I'm coming with my wife, we have to bring twice this amount before we can become eligible using this criteria. And actually this doesn't make sense to me. And this should be in a block account. So you can only access this money when you go to Germany. The explanation to why you have to have this amount in your account is that roughly you have to have 937 euros withdrawn from your account every month to cater for yourself. So they are saying that you come to the country, and whilst you are staying in the country, you will use 20 hours to do some other jobs whilst you look for a permanent job. So whilst you are looking for a job, you can rely on this money. That's why they want you to have this money in there. But who knows? If you can apply, this is good for you. If you can't, you just have to stick to the first criteria, which is having your certificate recognized. If you are able to have your certificate recognized by the German government, you don't need to go through all the hassle in the second criteria. Let me say this: if you're able to have a part-time job in Germany, you can skip this huge deposit, which is called the block account, that you need to set up in Germany before you. So if I get a part-time job in Germany, how can I get a part-time job in Germany whilst I'm overseas? Because I'll be competing with the local people in there for this part-time job. And it's very difficult if you don't live in Germany to get a part-time job before you move. Well, this is part of their criteria. If you're able to have a part-time job before you move to Germany, you'll not be required to have this block account where you have to make this huge deposit. The website that we went to, the Chancenkarte.com, they will be putting some jobs there in their website when the program starts. It's a good time for you to go onto the website and apply for these jobs. If you're able to secure some of these jobs, you'll be able to skip this 12,000 euros account. Now, how can you apply to this opportunity card? Well, they say that if you are abroad, you have to apply to your diplomatic mission or embassy. So if you are in Ghana, you just have to contact the German embassy in Ghana when it starts in June. Or just stay tuned, because I'll come back here with more details. Before I made this video, I sent an email to the German embassy in Ghana if they have any information on how to start the whole process and how to go about it. So if they reply my email, I'll come back here and let you guys know. So this is a good time for you to gather all your documents and get ready when it starts. Now, what is my take on this? I think that this is a good move by the German government to fill vacancies in their country. But I think that asking someone to pay more than 12,000 plus as a block account is not the best, as most of the people who want to migrate cannot afford. So I hope that the German government will review this in future. But if you have any academic qualifications and this is recognized by the German government and you are cleared, you can skip this hurdle. So before I started the video, I explained that there are two pathways. The first pathway is to get your academic qualifications recognized by the German government. If you are cleared by the German government, automatically you get more than 6 points and you can apply. You don't have to show any block account, you don't have to show any extra documentation. But if you don't have your academic qualifications recognized by the German government, that is when you have to get the 6 points, get a vocational training, get your German language or your English language cleared. You have to get your block account or whatever documentation I listed in there. That is the process. If you have your academic qualifications, good for you. If you don't have, that is where you have to provide all these block count and the German and the English qualification. I also want to state that any of us here, we are not migration experts, and the content we post here relating to traveling and migration are all due to research and personal experiences. So kindly double check whatever we do here before you proceed. You can also join our Telegram community, which I will leave the link in the description. You can ask any questions and other members will respond. Stay tuned, subscribe to our channel for similar and educative content. See you in the next video. Peace out. What is the qualification criteria? What is the qualification criteria?